What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here for PackersNews.com. I'm here with Pete Dougherty after a 24-9 preseason victory for the Packers.
Is that what the score was?
It was.
Okay, I didn't even notice.
I actually looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Obviously not.
Outcome means nothing. Performance and getting good video, as they say, is what matters with these games.
And the other thing that matters is injuries, and there were quite a few tonight. I mean, there's a long litany that you can find at PackersNews.com, but I think the two most significant, other than Malachi Dupree being in a hospital, all indications, the early ones are good. But as far as on the field, Don Barclay, that's a concern with the ankle, and then Demarius Randall with a concussion.
You know, the thing with Barkley is, I mean, they've got a potential problem at backup center.
Absolutely.
Even if he's okay, it's not clear to at least me that he's going to hold up well if he's got to play several games. They have Patrick, and I guess McRae would be battling for the number 3 job, right? So there's a problem there, and I think they took him on the cart, didn't they?
They did.
To the locker room.
Yeah.
You know, so if that's a high ankle sprain, that's several weeks. So they've got an issue at that position. They were living a luxurious life, which is better in the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And then with Randall and the concussion, it's interesting. He was more physical this week in camp. And there he goes, trying to stick his nose in there against the run, and he suffers the hit to the head and is out pretty much right from the start of the game.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, that could just be a 1-week thing, but it could be 3 or 4 weeks. You know, you don't know what those things are. You know, the one thing that this does is it opens up a little more playing time for Kevin King.
Right.
He had, like, his night tonight was kind of like how training camp has been.
Absolutely.
You know, a couple of good moments, the coming up and tackling. I mean, we didn't know that he could do that.
That was impressive, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most impressive aspect of his game, the physicality, the willingness to tackle. That was nice to see.
And he held the guy up for one where they got a fumble.
That was like a drill. That's how they teach it.
He got beat downfield though twice, and those big plays. I mean, you know, that's all you hear Capers talking about every Monday is when they give up big plays.
The thing is on the first one he's in position, and Matthews should have had the sack anyway. But he's in position. He gets stiff-armed. Like, that's something you can work on. Yeah. The second one, it looked like he was the only one playing zone when everyone else was in man.
Yeah, I did wonder what was going on there. But I'd argue even on the first one, because I saw the whole route, and you know, the guy faked it out and went across and left him in the dust. Now it shows his athleticism. He was able to catch up.
Make up, right?
Yeah. So, but you know, he did slide off on the tackle. But he's got ability. He's also really raw.
Yeah.
This will give him a chance. I mean, he's got a real chance if Randall misses a couple games.
Absolutely. He's
got a real chance to get himself in the top 3. If you're in the top 3, if you're in the nickel, you're basically an NFL starter.
And you got to remember how much off season did this kid miss?
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to be swimming.
You know, I was talking with Eric Bronchett during the game, and he's saying, you know, he's getting spun around a couple times, and that just, you know, that's what's going on in his head too, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And then flipping it over on the offensive side, the play of the quarterbacks, I think all 3 of them acquitted themselves pretty darn well.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, well, Hundley looked very good.
Like he was in command, definitely.
The throw to Janis, that was a nice touchdown throw. He kept, you know, I think they had at least 3 drops when he was playing. Or his stats
maybe 4, depending on how you're scoring at home. But
and you know what? Taysom Hill's going to give Callahan a run for the number 3 job.
He is. The way that he was able to sidestep pressure, I mean, his right tackle couldn't block to save his life, whoever he was trying to block over there. And he kept his eyes downfield, that thing they tell, you know, all they did, they drill it day in and day out.
They do.
Sidestepping that rush, stepping up in the pocket, and then getting outside and making plays. You saw it 2 or 3 times.
And, you know, he looks like an NFL quarterback. He's got the size, the strength. You know, Callahan's a smaller guy.
Right.
So that'll limit his upside. I think Hill's got, I mean, he's, at least tonight suggests he's got a real chance for the number 3 job.
It's still very early. It's one drive against probably 4th stringers who aren't going to make a team. But it was better than I expected.
I would concur.
Given what we've seen in practice and camp. So there you go. That's all the latest from Lambeau Field. Make sure you're checking PackersNews.com for all the latest. For Pete, I'm Aaron. We'll talk to you soon.